Do you also think that studying sometimes feel like trying to fill a leaky bucket with water? You've already read your notes 5 times, you've highlighted like a pro, and your brains be like, nah, I don't recall a thing. Well, before you doom scroll or start binging that video about how cats open the doors with their heads, yep, that's a thing. What if I told you your brain actually wants to learn? You just need to speak brain like it's language. So today at Tale 2 Psych, let's unlock how to study smarter and not longer, backed by powerful psychology power hacks to change your game for real. Without wasting time, let's jump straight to the video. The first technique is the Pomodoro. I'm sure you must have experienced the just 5 more minutes of break turning into a full-fledged 3-hour nap. Now there's a reverse version of that. How about just 5 minutes of study? Thanks to Parkinson's law, your brain expands tasks to fill the time you give them. So if you set a 3-hour study goal, then you'll spend 2.5 of that thinking about snacks or squirrels or maybe existential dead. Fix the Pomodoro technique. You set out the task to do, you work for 25 minutes or one Pomodoro. You tell your brain, I just study for 25 minutes, like a warm up. You record your progress, you then take a short break and back to work. And after 4 Pomodoro, take a long break. That micro commitment feels doable, and once you start, your momentum builds. Psychologists call that Zeigarnik effect. Your brain hates unfinished tasks, so it nudges you to keep going, and with time, you'll be shocked to see how you, like some people, end up studying twice as long without even noticing. Next up is prioritize with Pareto. Raise your hand if you have ever color coded notes for 3 hours and still didn't study the actual content. Well, I'm definitely guilty of that. Enter the Pareto principle, also known as the 80-20 rule. So 20% of what's on your syllabus leads to 80% of the questions in your exam. So instead of chasing every detail, why not hunt for the high-yield stuff? Cognitive load theory reminds us that your brain has a working capacity or working memory with a limited capacity. Overloading it with fluff pushes out what really matters. So that's just panic in disguise. How to gain your golden 20%? You scan your old papers, you ask your teacher what's really important, what are the important topics, and you start with a mock test and highlight your weakest areas. This is how you ace the game. Not by doing more, but by doing what really matters. Our next technique is the 3-2-1 technique. Reading for hours and still forgetting everything? Yep, your brain just ghosted you. Let's fix this in next 30 seconds. So after every study session, brain dump 3 things you learned, 2 questions you still have, and 1 thing you'll remember forever. It's like giving your brain a mini recap party. Short, sweet, and smart. Now why it works? Because you just summarized, you self-tested, and you reflected. The exact stuff your brain loves to turn info into long-term memory. Now jot it down in your notes or voice record it. Either way, you're training your brain to remember without cramming. Think of it as a tiny memory sandwich. Easy to chew, but really hard to forget. Another way to do it is through implementation intentions. If you say I study tomorrow, somehow that tomorrow stretches into next week. That's because vague goals fool your brain into thinking you've already acted on them. Here's the fix. Use implementation intentions. Now, it's a psychological strategy that turns wishful thinking into action by specifying the when, where, and how. Next time, instead of saying, I revise chemistry, say this. At 7 p.m. after dinner, I'll do a 25-minute sprint on metals and non-metals at my desk. Simple, right? Or whatever the syllabus or topic it is for you, it completely depends on you, of course. That one sentence does 3 powerful things. 1, it schedules your task, it anchors it into a routine, and it eliminates decision fatigue. So basically, it's like sending your brain a calendar invite it can't really ignore. If you really want to focus, you really need to kill the attention residue. Let's say you're studying 1 minute and then you're not because you're checking a text. You come back, but your focus feels fuzzy. That's not just distraction, buddy, it's science. It's called attention residue. Psychologists say when you switch tasks, part of your brain stays stuck on the last task. Now, even if you return to studying, your brain's still processing that meme or that message that you checked. That's because it doesn't split your attention, but it leaves crumbs all over your focus. Let's fix it, shall we? First and foremost, go phone free during the study sprints, and I cannot emphasize it more. Please do that. Put your phone in a drawer or another room maybe, or at least keep it out of your sight so you're not tempted to just watch that one TikTok and end up losing an hour. Next, you batch up similar tasks together. All reading goes first and then goes the quizzes. Don't intertwine them in one session. Give yourself 5 minutes to mentally transition between tasks. Clean focus equals clear results because your brain isn't a browser with 47 tabs. It deserves one window full screen. Next, sleep on it. Like literally the simplest way. This is one of the most underrated facts of all times. You learn while you sleep, and during your sleep, your brain replays what you studied and locks it into long term memory. Skip sleep and your brain hits the delete button. I cannot emphasize on it more. Not just that, exercise, because exercise boosts memory too. A 10-minute brisk walk improves blood flow to your brain, enhancing focus and retention. Psychologists call it neuroplasticity, your brain's ability to grow new connections. But it needs rest, it needs momentum and fuel, because your brain isn't a hard drive, it's a living system. Treat it like one, please. These were all the methods for this video, people. Let's quickly tie up the smarter, not harder study formula in one smart bow. Pomodoro it, prioritize with Pareto, remember the 3-1, plan your when, where, and how, batch up and go phone free, and move it and sleep on it literally. Knowledge is power, and applied knowledge is the fuel. Research from Washington University found that over 90% students use study methods that don't actually work. But you're not going to be one of them, are you? As you know, you don't need to just study harder, but you need to study smarter, backed by brain science. Your brain is ready. Are you? Until the next time, stay curious, subscribe to Tale to Psych, smash that bell icon to not miss a thing, and go grow that genius.